Hey guys, now you can follow me on Facebook. Just go to facebook.com/UltraMaximusReviews.
Oh, hey, is you a Green Lantern?
I'm the goddess of death.
Hey, how you doing?
Hello YouTube, Ultra Maximus back with another toy review, and today we're taking a look at another Marvel Legends figure, and it's from Thor Ragnarok. It's Marvel's Hela. So this is the first figure in the Gladiator Hulk Build-A-Figure series that I picked up. Essentially, these are all from the Thor Ragnarok movie or the Thor comic books. And I found this at my local Walmart. I went ahead and picked her up. This is only the second time I've ever seen her on the shelf. So I figured, you know what, I better go ahead and pick her up now. The character looks fantastic in the movie, and the toy just looks like the character. I think I'm going to go see it this weekend. Can't wait to see that, but let's go ahead and take a look at the packaging. So here we have Hela in package, and I gotta say, I love the figure even before I get it out of the package. She comes with an alternate head, the Kate Blanchett head right there, which looks really nice. She comes with a weapon for Gladiator Hulk. She comes with one of his arms. I like the blue. Love the logo. Very retro 80s. Just absolutely love that. It's got the Thor logo up at the top. There's some artwork of Hela right there. Same artwork over there on the side, and it says Marvel's Hela right down there. And it's Legends. It's Thor. There she is, looking all kinds of sick, and I love that logo. I think that looks awesome. Side of the package art looks really cool too. Although I wish they would have put this side with the alternate head. I think that would have been pretty fun. Back of the package, there we have Hela, all lit up in blue. I don't know why she's not lit up in black. That would have been kind of cool, or green even. Very tiny write-up of her. All the other figures in the wave, which I will be collecting to build this really cool Hulk. I think that looks really neat, so just kind of a close-up. Ding! If you want to pause and read that, you are more than welcome to. There is the artwork. That looks really, really cool. Very, very neat. And then all the other figures in the wave. I gotta say, the other figures that look interesting are Loki, the She-Thor, and the Thor on the Gladiator planet. I think that looks pretty cool. The other figures, that Thor looks kind of eh, and to be honest, I don't really care for the Ares figure too much, but everybody's going ape nuts over him for some reason. That Hulk though, oh, that looks so cool. I'm gonna get him built, and I want to get that Disney Store Marvel Select exclusive as well. But yeah, that's pretty much it for the package on Hela. Let's go ahead and get her out of box and see what we think. So here we have Hela out of the package, and I gotta say, this is a fantastic figure. There are a few minor gripes I have about the figure, but I mean, no worse than some other figures I've had in the Marvel Legends line. Primarily, the paint is a little splotchy. It's a little sloppy, so there's like little green bits just all over the place. It just seems like a lot of overspray for some reason. And then the left hip on this figure is a little bit loose. It's not like it's flopping around loose, but it's almost there. Doesn't hamper the articulation, but it kind of worries me. It feels like it could break or something, and that's a little unfortunate. Now, she does come with a lot of accessories, which I do appreciate. She comes with two parts for the Build-A-Figure Gladiator Hulk from Ragnarok, which was awesome, by the way. I went to go see that yesterday. Had a lot of fun with it. The only gripe I had with it, really, they made Korg out to be a joke in the movie. I mean, he was just there for comic relief, and he wasn't so in the comics, which was, I mean, it was funny. I like the character, but it just wasn't Korg to me. So with that being said, back to the Build-A-Figure parts. Here's the arm for the Hulk. Very, very cool. Definitely digging that. Can't wait to get this guy built. And I think I'll have to do a toy versus toy on the Gladiator Hulk Build-A-Figure and the Marvel Select. So yeah, definitely digging that. And then it comes with his little axe and it's a little warped, so it needs to be heated up and straightened out, but that's from the shipping. Very solid, heavy piece of rubber, and looks like the axe that he uses in the movie. She also comes with her little sword that she has here in hand, and yeah, she kind of makes these little metal rocky type of blade things like out of thin air and throws them around. In the movie, makes a huge one at the end, which is kind of cool. She also comes with her Cate Blanchett head, which is really, really well done. Oh, the detail on that is very awesome, and Cate Blanchett was amazing in the movie. Unfortunately, she didn't have enough screen time for my liking. It was no spoilers or anything, but the bulk of the movie is Thor, Valkyrie, and Hulk on Sakaar. And then Cate Blanchett's death character is kind of, Hela is, she's at the beginning, she's obviously at the end, and then you see her kind of periodically through the movie, but she doesn't have enough screen time. So I'm hoping that she is the death figure that Thanos falls in love with, and we get to see her again in Avengers Infinity War. That would be really awesome. Alright, so now as far as articulation goes on this figure, I'm going to take her little sword out and just kind of show off the sword there. Yeah, that's kind of cool. Very, very cool. I'm also going to take the cape off. We'll do that. And then also, just so that you guys know, that she's got these really cool antlers. These plug out, so you can pull these out. They will pop out. Come on, like that, so you can kind of bring her down to a smaller antler set if you so desire. Very, very cool, and I'll just leave those off for articulation's sake. So her head does look that far down. It looks really super high up, which is really nice. She can look all the way around. She has a diaphragm joint at the top. No waist articulation, which is really unfortunate. I wish she had that. Her arms go up not very much because of the way her arm is built, so I mean it does not have much movement at all. It does rotate all the way around. There is no upper arm rotation. She has a single jointed elbow and then a twist at the elbow. She has a twist at the wrist. There's also a hinge. Now this hand hinges really, really well up and down, and this one's got kind of that dice rolling hinge, which is kind of weird, but yeah, there's that. She kicks that far forward. She doesn't kick back hardly at all. She can do the splits out about that far. She has a twist at the upper thigh. She has a double jointed knee like that. There is no twist at the upper boot. She does have a hinge on her foot. They do not really twist around too well, and she does have some slight foot rotation, about a little bit of ankle pivot that we love, with this being her widest possible stance with both feet still flat on the floor. So taking a closer look at the figure itself, I love this head sculpt. When I first picked it up, I thought I was going to like the Cate Blanchett head sculpt better than this one, but there's something about the horns on this that just look awesome. I think it's painted really well. All the details, very, very nice. This particular figure has some splotch green paint here and there along the shoulders and on one of the hands, which is a bit unfortunate, but it is what it is, I suppose. But I really do like the sculpt work going on here, all the raised lines, the metallic green on the black. The horns are done really well in the fact that they're stiff, but they're not too stiff where they feel like they could break. And you can remove, as I shown earlier, the midsection of the horns as well. So you can get a varied look. So yeah, I mean, this definitely looks very cool, and she looks like the goddess of death. Now taking a closer look at the Cate Blanchett head sculpt without the helmet on, this looks really, really cool. I think they capture the likeness of the actress. I love the makeup, that kind of dark, dead look. There's some, and I don't know if the camera's going to pick it up, but you can see the veins in the forehead look really nice. The other thing that is really cool, and I'm not sure if the camera's going to pick up or not, but on the forearms, the armor is raised up, and you can actually kind of see through it, which is very cool. I don't know. Let's see if we can kind of show it off here. Yeah, so you can kind of see underneath that. I think that looks really, really sick. And then let's see if we can get her focused in. So yeah, there we go. I mean, that just looks sick, and you can see the veins kind of in the forehead. I mean, oh god, that is just awesome. Probably one of the best sculpted and best painted head sculpts that we've gotten in the Marvel Legends line, for sure. Now, taking a look at the midsection of the figure, again, all the line and sculpt work looks really nice. The little boutade looks pretty good. The other thing that I really like is that they've got her black fingernails painted on here, which is very cool, but I'm worried that the right hand that holds the sword, if you pull the sword in and out, I'm worried that the paint on the thumb is going to come off eventually, but it is what it is, I suppose. But I definitely love that metallic green over the black. I mean, they just really nail the look of the character in a real-life type of costume. And finally, taking a look at the legs of the figure, again, all the line and sculpt work all the way down. Very, very nice, very well done. She stands very well. Surprisingly, a lot of the female figures have problems standing, but they've been kind of correcting that over the past year, which I really do appreciate. Again, that metallic green looks really, really nice. The only thing is, I kind of wish we got a variant when we first see her in the film when she comes through the portal. This costume is all ripped up. They don't really tell you why, but it looked really cool, and I wouldn't mind a variation of the figure with all the ripped look. Maybe a Comic-Con exclusive. That might be kind of cool. What do you guys think? For comparison, here we have Hela with a couple other key players from Thor Ragnarok. We've got Odin over here, the Build-A-Figure. I have not had him in Odin form in a long time. And I do have his scepter. I just like the weapons better than I do the scepter. They look cooler from King Thor. And then we have Hulk from the Avengers here. And just to kind of show the Build-A-Figure Hulk arm next to him, it's a different color green, which is kind of interesting. And then if I could do a side-by-side, the arms look ever so slightly larger than what we got in the Avengers here. I mean, this guy is pretty big. He was about as big of a figure as you're going to get into a single box and not be a Build-A-Figure. So it makes sense that the Hulk's a little bit bigger. And in the movie, he looks a little bigger, like chunkier or something, which, I don't know, he looks bigger. But yeah, definitely cool to see all three of these figures together here, and I'm really excited to finish out the wave now after looking at her. And it's kind of a spoiler, but not a spoiler. So if you don't want to hear this, skip forward. But in the movie, she is Odin's daughter, but I remember in the comics, she was Loki's daughter. So it makes more sense to me that she's Odin's daughter, so I liked that. And I really do hope that she is the death that Thanos falls in love with, and we get to see her again in the Infinity War, which is a big change from the comics, but in the Marvel Cinematic Universe, I think it makes more sense. So is Hela from Thor Ragnarok something that you want in your Marvel Legends collection? I'm going to say yes. This is a very cool figure. Probably one of the better sculpted figures we've gotten from Marvel Legends in a long, long time. The character in the movie was fantastic. Loved the performance from Cate Blanchett. I think they really nail the look of the character in the unmasked sculpt, and they really get the character with the horns as well. There are some minor defects on this figure, and that might just be this figure. I don't know. But I have heard of some other issues with some joints, primarily the feet. Mine seem okay, it's just my left leg is a little loose, and then the spotty paint job everywhere, especially up around the shoulders, kind of bug me, and then the cape doesn't quite fit around the shoulders quite right, and I think I'm going to have to heat it up and kind of move the rubber around. And those are just, some minor gripes, but come on guys, we're paying $20 a pop for these. I shouldn't have to do my own fixing. But those gripes aside, this is a great figure. I do like it. I'm really glad I finally did pick it up and didn't pass on it a second time, and I can't wait to build the Gladiator Hulk. So there she is, Hela from Thor Ragnarok and Marvel Legends.
Hey guys, thanks for watching. If you like this video, thumbs it up. If you hate this video, thumbs it down. To watch more Ultra Maximus, click on the links to the right. Don't forget to subscribe and share like us on Facebook, and look for more videos in the future.